white rank. Couldn't hit if it had ain't. Lanes can't call and you lame. You had it and you lost it, all the shame.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. First carry now for McFadden. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Play action. Now Trubisky looking downfield for Godwin. And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 44 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. First down, a run with McFadden. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. And his throw is incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
I don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On play action, they'll throw. Rolling to his right. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Lucky 56.
the play fake. He'll look to throw. He sets to fire deep. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Returnable here from the 38. 12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. It's Xavier Rhodes there in on the stop.
Let's go. Hey! 180!
They go play action. Trubisky. That's caught inside the 20. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there, for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, you start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a changeup in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the changeup, and on that play, it worked for big yardage.
Here's Trubisky to throw. There he is caught at the 7-yard line. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll come out in the pistol. On 2nd down, McFadden. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And out now come the Vikings. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A gain of 32 that time.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Khalil Mack. In from his linebacker's spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to loft one deep over the middle, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return up past the 30, but was it aided by an illegal block or a hold? Let's see. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. Well, I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs, and we'll still get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Move, move, move. Hey, gotta go, gotta go. Red's up. Red's up.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, gotta go, gotta go.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And the Vikings with an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd.
Playing coverage here.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Gotta go.
McFadden following the penalty. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Steps away to his left. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Now it's Trubisky. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. This Minnesota D up to the task on the 3rd down pass play. Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Parkey's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he's able to get it up close to the 35, but hang on here. Penalty marker down. And this one might be going the other way. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Gone! Now let's go! Green, 39!
Now
Green,
flags
39.
will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
It's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they? When they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown. And this one, they help force another incompletion.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Green, 39.
They pitch it out to Cook. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now back to throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Von Miller in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. The Vikings send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Taken from just outside the 30. Might have needed just one more block as it stands, 37-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll pitch it to McFadden. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Throwing here, Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. The Bears on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Trubisky will throw. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Yannick Ngakoue coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Let's go. Green.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. 23 yards on the play. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
All right, here we go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A gain of 32 that time.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
They go play action here on first down. Over the middle, complete. That's Chambers. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Now let's go. Blue, line it.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Again, this is Cook. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete. A minute 57 to go in this first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. Daniel Carlson now for the Viking field goal. The kick by Carlson is good. And that will knot us up at 10. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
They start the drive with McFadden, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 26. A huge play there for Chicago. 48 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. McFadden now, the counter. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
Now a handoff looking right. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle. So we have reached halftime here and a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter three.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Starting the third quarter with Cook. Space to maneuver at the 40. He's at the 40. The 20. 10. Oh, they hate that. Wipes out the big play.
And I know this is the NFL, so they would probably fine you for this type of a penalty. But when I was in college, you used to have to do up-downs for the number of yards that you cost a team in a big play.
Now they try the right side here. Gets it up around the 22, but no further. Did flash the fancy footwork, but not much to show for it. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. Back to throw here. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. The Vikings on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Cook. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
Let's go! Green, 39!
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taken in at the 22. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Bears take over. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, Trubisky. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears have broken the tie. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers. That meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to float. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. If you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a handoff looking right. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
They're going on 4th down. It's Trubisky. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Burton. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Everson Griffin in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Lock in.
They go play action with Trubisky. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Here we go now.
Cook following the penalty. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 4 yards there on the carry, gets it back to 2nd and 11.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on...
He's got a man, complete. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Von Miller in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. On the carry, it's Cook. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here. Going up top. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard. And they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way. An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly. 2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
He'll buy some time right. And he's got some space here. Throw left side complete. That's Burton. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. From midfield now, here's Trubisky. Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
2nd and 10. It's Trubisky again. Looking downfield for Godwin. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin, and it's 3rd down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. And Robinson with a big catch. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Trubisky now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Again, it's Trubisky. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Trubisky on the move to his left. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Come on, let's go. What? 9.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? This time, Trubisky will throw. Buying time to his left. And he's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's 4th down. A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Allen Robinson, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bears will add on to their lead. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Cook. Oh, now he bowls him over. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And got his man complete. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on this
pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Here we go now. Boom, landed.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that is incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Here's McFadden as they begin on the ground. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big hitter there, a 1st down gain of 26 yards. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They go play action. Trubisky out to his left. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Burton. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Trubisky finding the former Eagle Burton for the Chicago first. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Here's Trubisky. Shakes off the sand, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Sheldon Richardson, never giving up. He's able to keep working and get him for a loss of 12. Oh, Trubisky going to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
On 3rd and goal, Trubisky. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you think maybe you're just sitting out and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
319! 319! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way to the opposite 48. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the 4th quarter here, trying to preserve the lead. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. They'll start by running the option to the right. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll go option to the short side. Skirts by at the 15. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
And that's exactly what this play is supposed to look like when it's executed properly. The handoff inside was taken away as well as the pitch man, but the quarterback made the perfect decision and kept it and sprinted deep downfield.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. They'll go option on 2nd down, right side. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. And that'll go for a gain of 18 on the keeper. 1st down. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Get your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for Chicago, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll have another home date next week as the Carolina Panthers come to town. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to